We're at Tick Performance in Mount Airy, North Carolina. You guys may have heard of them. About 3 weeks ago, they now own the stick shift world record, which was a 661. 661. Okay, that's what I thought it was. It's a Camaro. It's white and orange, and we're here with Jonathan Atkins, the owner, and we're gonna kind of take a shop tour, and he's gonna kind of tell us what kind of goes into the day-to-day basis and what all they do here. And then also I'm going to throw in some clips of that world record run in that Camaro. So you guys stick around and check this out. Why is your stick car the fastest in the world? Let's just go there. I mean, I saw you outrun a fast automatic car in your stick car, so.
Yeah. Well, we've been racing that car for 5 seasons, I guess, 4 that were, serious, level of racing. So we've, got a pretty sorted out combination as far as the car and the chassis and all that kind of stuff. So that's a huge factor. But to be successful, I guess, in the H pattern stick shift arena, it comes down to clutch, which you sort of, alluded to, but we run adjustable clutches. We don't make clutches here. We run an advanced clutches clutch. Guy's name's Rob Youngblood. It's a twin 8-inch. It's what would be called a long style, or some people call it a slipper clutch.
Okay, yep.
It's an adjustable clutch. So basically you have an adjustment for base load, which it has 6 springs with adjuster on them, and you turn that adjuster in or out to, compress or release the spring more for more or less pressure. And then you have levers. Instead of a normal street clutch would be considered a diaphragm clutch. So if you've ever seen one, it has like a bunch of little tiny levers, maybe 30, we'll say, and there's no adjustment. If you have a clutch that's built to handle lots of power, it's just going to be, it's going to have a heavy pressure plate, multi-disc, clutch materials that are aggressive.
And basically on and off. And
it's just, if you run that type of clutch, like if you could even get that type of clutch to handle 2,000 horsepower like we make, it would be on and off. You wouldn't be able to control it off the line. Definitely wouldn't be able to run radials, because that's another main factor, I feel like, in our success. But with the adjustable, you can control a clutch slip, initially almost like a torque converter in an automatic car. So you'll get that flash of your RPM, and then it'll hold pretty steady, or it might drag down just a little bit, and somewhere around, by the time we're at the 60 foot, it pretty much couples up and goes.
Okay.
So the counter, like the base weight, works in conjunction with the counterweight applying itself during launch, and then as RPM increases, that counterweight is applying more and more clamp load. So that's how you can launch, a car on small tires, and say we make 800 or 900 horsepower. At the moment we dump the clutch, but then 2 seconds later we're making 2,000, and the clutch is still able to hold it.
Okay.
So it's
those are adjustable too. Like you make adjustments per track, or?
Yeah, we like if the conditions were really bad and you couldn't put a lot of power in the car, you'd definitely go in and soften the clutch tune-up up. So you'd put less counterweight on it, maybe less base load too. But we run radials, so we generally run on good prep. If it's a no prep or some kind of bracket, like just a bracket day. There's local gear jammer cars that run like bracket stick shift racing, and the track's never prepped well for that because they don't want it to be prepped well.
Yep.
They're all running big tire slicks. So we generally stay away from those races. So we don't have to do a lot of clutch tuning for track conditions, because we're usually on good track conditions.
Okay.
We just manage power, and make the car work that way.
Awesome. That sounds. And then I saw on YouTube that you have a big name guys that after you beat him, he called you and said, "What do I need for my car?"
Yeah. Garrett Mitchell,
Yep.
Cleetus, and he's a super cool dude. We've talked to him a bunch because we've been to a lot of the same races.
Oh, yeah.
We run his El Camino, the Mullet.
Yep.
And I mean, he probably should have made a faster pass. I think he might have threw the chute right before the finish line, but he red lit.
Yeah, he
so
red lit, yeah.
We did run faster as far as ETN mile per hour on that pass, but we beat him because he red lit.
Yeah.
Our reaction time wasn't that great, so if you watch the videos of our cars going down the track, he's pretty much just out on me the whole time.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much a dead heat as far as that goes. He just jumped the gun and then kind of maintained the.
You think you
gap.
scared him?
He said at the end of the track, he's like, I knew I had to get a good light to beat you.
Yeah.
And
well, I knew I had to be on it to beat him, and I was on it a little too hard. Oh, bro! He went a 661. So had I not beat him at the tree, I would have lost anyway. I barely red lit. Dude, he went a 661 in a stick car. Shout out to Jonathan, bro. That is outrageously fast for a stick car.
because I didn't even know he had a red light. That's the crazy thing. I went down through the track, I knew it was on a pass because we turned it up a lot from the prior qualifying pass, and I didn't really expect it to hook, but I knew if I was going to be competitive with those guys, we had to go a lot faster.
This is almost like a grudge race or something, like a grudge bracket or something.
Yeah, I guess Victor or maybe the announcers, they kind of picked out 4 cars that they wanted to see in a show. It was really the 4 fastest cars at that moment, but qualifying hadn't finished yet. So a couple other guys went, 660s as well. But at that point in the day, I think they just picked out the 4 quickest cars out of all categories.
Yeah. It was cool. It was a cool race to watch. I
Yeah.
remember watching it. That was awesome. All right, well, cool. Let's go. Guess let's go check out some of the shop.
Yeah.